Welcome to Magic on Tap, the Magic the Gathering and Beer Review podcast. I'm Jack.
And I'm Xavier.
And today we're talking about some new spoilers that we got for March of the Machine and some of the Lord of the Rings spoilers, which I'm actually kind of excited for. I did not expect that.
Yeah, I mean, we talk a lot of shit about like this kind of ripping off existing IP and making them Magic cards, but there's literally not a better fit than Lord of the Rings, and I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, and they actually look really, really good. So that'll be fun. But first, we need to check in our beers.
Barkeep, upkeep, hey Jack, what you drinking?
Whoa, my first one is Mystic Mama from Jackie O's Brewery in, I believe, Athens, Ohio.
Oh, cool. What is your theme for today?
Oh, yeah. That is the theme that we always forget to say it. So my deck for the What You Brewin' is a Wizards deck. So I picked beers that are wizard themed. So Mystic Mama, I think, fits very well. Nice. It's a West Coast IPA, so just good old classic.
Cool. Are you going to ask me what I'm drinking? Yeah.
I was distracted by beer.
I'm also going to be doing a beer that is on theme with my deck. I am drinking Dead Guy Ale from Rogue. Rogue is based out of not North Carolina, which is a new one. Where you're almost always doing beer from North Carolina. I can't fucking see where it is. Oh, it's in Newport, Oregon. So, my deck is built around a dead guy, so I kind of don't want to spoil it yet. We'll get into it when we get to What You Brewin'. You're going to have to wait around. It's kind of a twofer because my deck is built around a dead guy, and also my deck is going to be so heavy on lore that I don't think it's going to run very well, and I will be a dead guy. But it's worth it.
Is it fucking Jim Deadson?
I have nothing to say.
Oh my god. Okay, well, we'll get to that.
Yeah. So how's your first beer? How's your first sip tasting?
Yeah, I mean, pretty classic West Coast IPA. It's not like overly hoppy, which I guess is a little surprising, but I don't typically like IPAs a ton anyway, so it's drinkable. Yeah, it's a good one.
Nice.
How's your first sip tasting of that beer that you've never had before?
Oh, yes. My first taste of this beer I've definitely not had a lot of is very good. It's a Maybach, so it is that time of year anyway. It's kind of on flavor for like a spring beer. It's just very good. It's approachable. Maybachs are typically released during like Lent, springtime. So I mean, like, it's not only is the name on flavor, the time of year. It's like, oh, everything about this pick. I'm really just like so jacked about this today. It just came to me. I was wandering through the bottle shop that I always go to, and I saw it, and I knew exactly what I was going to do. So like, just a little peek behind the curtain for our one listener, Guy. I'm currently building 4 decks right now. Oh shit, I'm building 4 decks right now. This deck I'm going to talk about today is a new exciting 5th deck that I have kind of been thinking about building, and now I'm definitely going to build. So yeah, I mean, Dead Guy is just good. It's just a solid beer, and it's, what is it sitting on? 6.8, so it's pretty sturdy. Most Maybachs kind of tend to lean towards like the 7-ish range. So it's good, man. It's just malty. Yeah. Good shit.
Love Maybach.
What are we? Well, I know I keep saying Maybach because of fucking, I don't know. It's somewhere between the car and the beer style, and I'm just horrible.
The car is also Maybach.
Are you fucking kidding me? God damn it. Well, because everyone says Maybach.
I've never heard anyone say Maybach.
Oh, you haven't listened to the music of Drake.
Oh, that's true. I don't
Yeah.
like Drake as a person.
I heard somebody yell Maybach, and I thought, God damn, it's a perfect time. Those are lyrics, and it's true.
Anyway, I know you bought a pack of that, but I bought singles of mine. So just buy singles. Support your LBS, your local bottle shop.
Yeah, definitely buy singles. Unless you know you like it, then just get a whole pack.
Yeah, exactly. Try it first, and then, and then buy a pack.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, with that, let's move into the Untapped step. So, Untapped is a cool platform where you can make ratings on beers that you've had, get suggestions on stuff that's nearby or based on what you have rated. That is really misused, and we're the only people that know how to use it correctly.
Yeah. Untapped is the Yelp of beer review stuff.
Yeah. You know? Yes, that is accurate. So, we're going to talk about some of the interesting or stupid ratings that we find. So the first one for me, from Mystic Mama, is from Jack L. And he gave it 3.75 out of 5. And said, more like Mystic Mommy, am I right? I'm like, yeah, all right. Cool. I don't have anything else to say about that. Next one is from Alec with a C. P. Alec P. I didn't like the way that I said that. He gave it 2 stars, didn't write anything, but did post a picture of an elderly man holding a beer who clearly does not know what's going on. He might not know that he's even taking a picture.
Oh, yeah, it is crazy. It's just an insane picture.
He just didn't write anything weird. All right.
No.
The last one is from Chic and said, Athens finally made something good that isn't Mike Schmidt. Bad football teams aside, this is a solid IPA. Not too hoppy, smooth, fruity, floral, just all good shit. Well, you still gave it 3.75 out of 5 stars. So clearly you didn't like it that much.
Can't be that good.
That's it. That's all I got. You want to go over some of your Untapped reviews?
Yeah. I'll just read them all off and then not do any more the rest of the time. Let's just do that.
Okay.
The first one is from Merlinus M at Untapped at Home. Mostly getting a call out because his name is awesome and he's got a big old mustache. Merlinus says, drinking a dead guy while I start the boil on a similar beer for my dad's birthday this year. Aw, that's nice. Also, I just realized if you drop the ale on it and you just say drinking a dead guy, that really doesn't sound good.
The dead guy that I dissolved in my bathtub.
Yeah. That next guy is Schnoy G, which is also a crazy name.
What?
Yeah.
How are you finding these?
I don't know. Dead guy, man. He says, this was quite the beer in the mid-90s. Not the same, but still okay. 3.5 stars. And there's a comment from Bellingham Beer Kawaka that says, Rogue was the best stuff on the shelf for several years, around 20 years ago. Which just seems like fucking mean. You know?
That is mean.
I guarantee it hasn't gotten worse. There's just more beer accessible.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
not the
that's a
only
solid
fucking...
beer.
Yeah, it's still good. They still sell it. Shut up. And the last one is very fun. It's from Perry V. It is written in a different language. I'm not even going to embarrass myself and try and guess what language it is. But the translation is fantastic. If you the Google Translate shit that's popping up on Untapped. This is what it says. It says, last night at the end, ellipses, necessary? Not directly. Ellipses, yummy. That's nice Bach. Malty and sweet, strong taste. After all the violence earlier in the evening. 3.5 stars.
I was with it until that.
Yeah, I was like, I wonder if it's a translation thing or if something horrible happened and this guy went and got a dead guy ale. And I hopefully, after all the violence in the evening, this dead guy ale isn't flavorful for him as well. killing that guy really worked up a thirst for a dead guy.
Oh man, you know what that makes me want?
Nothing slaps like a dead guy after you get done with a hard day's work of just killing people or whatever.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. So we're ready to roll into main phase, eh? Are you done?
Yep.
So, main phase, we're talking about March of the Machine spoilers and Lord of the Rings spoilers.
Yeah, so we're going to start with March of the Machine. So we got a few new extra cards. Wow, that was a dumb way to say that. We got a few new cards in here. Did we talk about Breach the Multiverse last time?
I don't think we did.
Okay. I don't remember talking about it, so I'll talk about it now. First of all, the card art is insane. I feel like I'm staring into... Actually, if you've seen The Good Place, this is like the time knife.
Huh. Yeah. It's very pretty.
Yeah. Oh, man, it's really cool. It's just, really looks like some outside the plane looking into the space shifting around itself, and, it's really cool.
Yeah. You should make this the background in the YouTube video, but just for, a second. Starting right now and done. Just up. Because I'm sure you're not going to have, enough art to make it not pixelated and a nightmare. So.
Sure. So Breach the Multiverse is 2 black and 5 for a sorcery. Each player mills 10 cards. For each player, choose a creature or planeswalker card in that player's graveyard. Put those cards onto the battlefield under your control. Then each creature you control becomes a Phyrexian, in addition to its other types.
Flavor.
So, for 7 mana, wow, I can't do math. For 7 mana, you get some free shit from everyone else's graveyards. So, 3 free things, hopefully. Which seems pretty good.
I mean, yeah, and it's just fun. The flavor is great. I'm just going to keep saying flavor. I'm so sorry. There should be just a flavor counter. I'm just going to say it a million times today. But it's perfect for all, or, within the all will be one, this kind of block. I know we don't do blocks anymore. The Phyrexian block. And then it's just a good card, too, I think. It seems pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, in Commander, I think it will be good. I'm not so sure if it'll be good in 1v1 60 card formats, but yeah, that's a cool one, and I like the art.
Yeah, it's a big splashy card that we all want to play.
Yeah, we all want. I mean, come on, we've all got a little Timmy in us.
Yeah.
That's why I paused.
We got
so we got
Realm Breaker.
Ren and Realm Breaker, yes. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. It's a 3-drop for a legendary planeswalker. Really good card. Loyalty is 4. It says lands you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. That's just a static ability on that. So for 3, you just get a thing it's like Chromatic Lantern on a mono green card. That's pretty neat. +1 up to 1 target land you control becomes a 3/3 elemental creature with vigilance, hexproof, and haste until your next turn. It's still a land. Hey, guess what? If you are playing Ren in anything in your deck, lands are probably going to matter to you, so that's pretty good. -2, mill 3 cards. You may put a permanent card from among the mill cards into your hand. Oh, wow. That's pretty fucking good, too. Mm-hmm. And -7, you get an emblem with you may play lands and cast permanent spells from your graveyard. Not just 1 per turn, always, forever. You can. Nothing matters anymore.
Yeah. You're in green, so you're gonna be able to play multiple lands per turn. So you just play everything out of your fucking graveyard.
It seems dumb how good it is. It seems really dumb.
Yeah, I mean, it'll definitely put a target on your fucking face if you drop this fucking card. But if you can get that ultimate off, ooh.
Oh yeah, and I mean they have even in the precon now, you can get that green creature that every time a land hits the battlefield, you proliferate.
Reclamation Sage.
Yeah, or no, Reclamation Sage blows up enchantments. I don't know.
Oh, shit.
I don't know what it's called.
Fuck. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
We'll fucking look it up. Either way, yeah, so Ren wants you to play lands. You're playing lands, you're proliferating Ren. Like, it's not fucking hard to do at all. Once again, green is just another feather in its cap. Its cap is mostly feathers at this point.
There is no cap.
Yeah.
Evolution Sage.
There you go, Evolution Sage, yeah. There is no cap. The cap has become a bird. It's become a bird of paradise.
Yeah.
So, Ren and Realmbreaker is dummy.
Yeah. Also, I can just say that from a story perspective, that's fucking insane. Like, if you follow the story at all, you know, Ren can, like, merge with trees and typically doesn't name them. She just goes, or they, I guess. I think maybe Ren is...
Yeah.
Whatever.
Ren's like an entity.
Yeah. And so it's like Ren in 6, Ren in 7. Ren in 8 is just fucking Realmbreaker, which is basically the corrupted world tree, which is some crazy shit.
Yeah. Ren was just like, this tree will work, and
Yeah.
Is anyone going to eat that?
I'll take it. I'll take all the leftovers. Yeah, all the Phyrexians leftovers. If you have any interest at all, mtgstory.com. This one's really good. And, spoiler, Elspeth is an angel. Whoa, we didn't know that already.
What?
But it's not like they've been hinting towards that for the past fucking 15 years. But Archangel Elspeth, new planeswalker, finally officially revealed as an angel, and she costs 2 white and 2. Enters with 4 loyalty. Her +1 is create a 1/1 white soldier creature token with lifelink. Her -2 is put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. It becomes an angel in addition to its other types and gains flying. And her -6 is return all non-land permanent cards with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So I think that her abilities are all pretty good, but they're not like super broken like they could be, I guess.
Yeah.
The -2 that you can just do as soon as she enters, I think is really good because it gives something +2/+2 permanently and gives it flying, which is pretty fucking good.
Seems good. I mean, paying anything for a planeswalker and being able to immediately minus and then do something pretty good always feels good, and that is solid, I think.
Yeah, the -6 returning all of the non-land permanents with mana value 3 or less is, I think, pretty good, but going to be really hard to get off. She might go into my Elish Norn Mommy Machine deck because that ability would probably be pretty good in that if I can protect her. But I do think, I mean, you have to have her. Well, I guess if you don't mind her dying, you only have to have her for 2 turns. Well, 3 turns because
I mean, in mono white weenies, it's not that hard to protect her. You're gonna have bodies. You're gonna have bodies on the ground. You're gonna have bodies in the air. Like it really doesn't seem that hard.
And she does like create tokens to protect herself too.
Right, exactly. Tokens with lifelink, so they can chump block and get you life still. Yeah. I mean, mono white. I think mono white and mono green planeswalkers seem pretty easy to ult, honestly, because I mean, green is just, there's so much you can do in green, it doesn't really seem that hard to get it off.
Yeah, and green has proliferate and like fucking Vorinclex too.
It has everything.
Yeah.
It literally has everything. Green has Monkey Man and Elder Garglemouth and fucking every Vorinclex ever, and they're all good. There's really not a bad Vorinclex at all.
No.
Like Urabrask kind of is whatever. It's fine. I think people mostly have Urabrask in their deck because they just want to have Urabrask in their deck. But yeah,
and he's hot.
Oh wow, that's a good one. That's a pretty funny joke. It's not a joke. He's fucking sexy.
He's hot as fuck, dude. Who said I was joking? I didn't.
Yo, I'd mount Urabrask with haste, dude.
Yeah.
Eh, that was rough. That was a rough image. That just.
Oh man, if you want to see a rough image, so the reason I say that is because Urabrask, there's like a new art that came out with him in it, and he's like on a table with his arms out, and everyone is like, I know something horrible is happening to Urabrask right now, but I just.
Wait, I have to see this. What are you talking about?
Hold on, I gotta find it.
Oh. He is being tortured, but he does
but,
look
like,
kind of
maybe
hot.
he likes
it. Yeah. He is like... Heather would say, splayed out like a slutty chicken, is what she says.
Yeah, that is accurate.
You can see Urabrask's foundry from this angle. I forgot what we were talking about because I got distracted by sexy Urabrask.
Well, we were talking about the new cards that they showed for March of the Machine, but that's actually it. They haven't shown any other new ones. At least not officially. There may be some spoilers that I haven't seen because I'm only looking at the official ones.
Did we talk about Moment of Truth last time? That it's the common that they spoiled?
Oh, you know what? Maybe not.
I don't think we did.
Yeah, I think that one's new.
It is colorless and a blue for an instant. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of those cards into your hand, one into your graveyard, and one on the bottom of your library. It seems really good.
Yeah, and it's an instant, so that just makes it way better.
Yeah. Yep. It kind of sucks that it's not like do this or that. You have to do all those things. But, I mean, Dimir Graveyard Cheese is a long-standing thing. I'm working on a blue-green Graveyard Cheese deck right now. That's going to go in there automatically. Also, it's still like card draw.
Yeah. I think overall it's just pretty fucking good.
Pretty good. Instant. Very good. That's it. That's all I got for this.
Yeah, that's all of them. They have to spoil all of them eventually because that set comes out in like 3 weeks.
Oh,
so I guess we'll talk about them then.
I always freak this shit. Like I'm thinking about. I'm like, yeah, I should prepare my fucking wallet for the new set, and then I just put it off, and then it's suddenly here, and my wallet's ill prepared. I still buy the cards. Don't get me wrong. I just like hate myself about it.
I'm just, fucking berating myself in my head while I do it.
Yeah, like I could have just not bought that box of Strixhaven that I did like 2 days ago. I still would have fucking bought it. I regretted it after I did it because I got that sweet like post box clarity where you look at all your shrapnel and you're just like, oh, what have I done? Not even that.
Get this shit out of my face.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not upset it was Strixhaven. Just for everyone out there, I like that set. I'm probably the only person out there that likes that set enough to buy a box. But I just regretted buying a box of Magic cards in general.
That is fair.
Anyway, Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings. So we got more Lord of the Rings cards than I think we have March of the Machine cards, actually. So I'm just going to go in order as they show up on Scryfall. Frodo, Sauron's Bane. He costs 1 white for a 1/2 halfling citizen. You can pay white and black twice. So what is that? Orzhov mana, 2 Orzhov.
Yep.
If Frodo Sauron's Bane is a citizen, it becomes a halfling scout with base power and toughness 2, 3, and a lifelink. Wow. And lifelink. And then for 3 black, if Frodo is a scout, it becomes a halfling rogue with whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game if the ring has tempted you 4 or more times this game. Otherwise, the ring tempts you.
Fun.
So, the ring...
That's fun. That's like a fun, interesting thing, I think.
Yeah, I thought you said gun. Like he just pulls out a gun and shoots someone, and that's why they lose the game.
You looking at my ring, dog?
So yeah, the ring tempting you is a new mechanic where basically it just says the ring tempts you, and then there are a few cards that say if the ring has tempted you this many times, something happens, which I think is kind of cool.
Yeah, and I can already think of ways I would want to cheat around the having to level it up twice thing. Like there's an equipment that gives your creature changeling, and there's what is that, Nexus, Maskwood Nexus, that makes it all creature types. So you could skip the first level and just go straight to, if Frodo is a scout, it becomes a halfling rogue with blank. So that's kind of interesting. And I do like this tempting thing. I think that's a fun, gimmicky mechanic.
Yeah. I also like that he goes from his mana cost is white, and then his first ability is white and black, and his last ability is just black. It's like, ooh, flavor.
Oh, wow. They're just going for it.
Oh.
Yep. Like that. I really like the next one, which is Reprieve. It's a colorless and a white. For an instant, return target spell to its owner's hand, draw a card. It's always fun to get white kind of counter spells, because they don't want to ever just give them like a straight counter spell. And there's something very...
Yeah, because that would be horrible.
Right. I mean, it would just be like mean as fuck. And there's something very funny about somebody going to play something and you just gently grab their hand and like put it back into their hand.
Just put it back.
It's like when you go to pay, when your friend tries to pay for something at a restaurant and you just like kind of chump them out and you pay for it instead, and you just kind of you're like, put your card back in your wallet. I got this. Except meaner.
Yeah.
And then we got Samwise the Fat Heart.
Yeah. He loves food.
I know, but it's like they're trying to say he's got a big heart, and instead it's Samwise the Stout-Hearted. So it's like kind of a dig.
His heart is short and fat. He is 1 white and 1 for 2/1 halfling peasant, which is just another dig at him with flash. It says, when Samwise the Stout-Hearted enters the battlefield, choose up to 1 target permanent in your graveyard that was put there from the battlefield this turn. Return it to your hand, then the ring tempts you.
And it's him. I know it's like him in, I almost said Shieldred. Shelob's Lair with the light of whatever the fuck. And the flavor text says, "You've hurt my master, you brute, and you'll pay for it." And I know he's holding up that light, but at a glance, it almost looks like he's just like holding up a fist, like.
Yeah. I'll fuck you up.
It's like his like biceps are shining, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't need sting. You're just gonna catch this fucking hand, dude. This is my potato peeling hand." Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we gonna go through all of these, or do you want to skip around, or what? I mean, there's not that many.
Let's go through them.
Yeah, fuck it. Next we got You Cannot Pass for 1 white mana. Instant, destroy target creature that blocked or was blocked by a legendary creature this turn. It's okay.
Huh. I think it's pretty good. I mean, it's obviously going to go into any legendary deck, because why wouldn't you? But it's also, because it's an instant, you can blow up something that blocked before damage is dealt, as like, bait them into blocking your Frodo or whatever.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's good in Commander. That's really it. It's like, I've never played this in a 60 card deck, unless I happen to have a shitload of legendaries in it or something.
Yeah, it probably would be hard to make it work in 60.
Yeah, it would go exactly like these first 4 cards could all go into one deck together. These first 5 cards, because the next one is obviously going to go in the same deck as these other ones. But
yeah,
you got the next one.
Yeah, Gollum, Patient Plotter. He's 1 black and 1 for 3/1 halfling horror.
Love it so
Accurate.
much. Love it so much.
When Gollum leaves the battlefield, the ring tempts you. And then you can pay 1 black, sacrifice a creature, return Gollum from your graveyard to your hand, activate only as a sorcery. So, kind of an aristocrat's outlet.
Kind of. I mean, or you could just do black-white flicker. There's enough white flicker that you would need Frodo in it, obviously, because would be your win con. But
Yeah.
it'd almost be better if it was, and for flavor reasons, Samwise the Stout-Hearted, Frodo, and Gollum could have all had partner. Because I think, or at least Frodo could have paired with Gollum, just because their fates were always intertwined in we're just fucking going right into it. I mean, they were like always intertwined in Lord of the Rings, so it would have made sense, I think, for me to have Frodo pair with Gollum. At least Frodo Sauron's Bane, because I know the other Frodo pairs with Sam, and we'll talk about that when we get to it.
I was going to mention that, but yeah, we'll talk about that.
Right. I mean, you could almost make a 60 card deck with Frodo and Gollum, and then just some shit to flicker and whatever, and just
you could
speed run WinCon.
I might have to build something like that. Actually,
It seems kind of fun to try, just to see how it would work out. Next we got Gandalf the Grey.
Well, I just real quick want to point out the alternate art. Well, actually, one of the alternate arts for Gollum that has the like ring text. It has like the circle with him in the middle of it. It's so fucking good. Like the way that the art goes down from that frame, that circular frame, down to the ring, which is like shining in the middle, is really fucking cool.
It's cool too, and the other alt art where it's a whole ass mural of Frodo at the Crack of Doom with Sam, and then Gollum's hand is like reaching out and it actually goes into the one ring, so it's him like diving for the ring. Oh my god.
Yeah. I really like that one too.
They've put some thought into this, y'all. I will say that. It doesn't feel quite as dumped out
as we thought it would be.
Yeah, I'm glad they God, everything in here is going to cost so much fucking money. Whatever. I'm glad they did it justice.
Yeah. But go ahead with Gandalf.
Oh, yeah. Gandalf the Grey. That's fine. Gandalf fucking forgot he was here anyway. 3 colorless, a blue and a red. So is it? Ooh, fun. Legendary creature. What?
Wizardy.
Legendary creature Avatar Wizard. He's 3/4. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, choose one that hasn't been chosen. You may tap or untap target permanent. Gandalf the Grey deals 3 damage to each opponent. Copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for the copy, or put Gandalf on top of its owner's library.
Yeah, I think
he's kind of weird.
Yeah, he's really weird, but he's like very Gandalf, you know? He like just shows up, does some shit, and is like, all right, I'm out. See ya.
Anything to further the plot.
Yeah.
And then he just like fucks off. Yeah. Since we're getting Gandalf the Grey, I can't wait to see what, like, I'm assuming there's going to be a Gandalf the White, and I know I mentioned this before, I really want him to make rock tokens. Not like rock like Togo, like rock like a big bird.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for Shadowfax.
Oh, yeah. That'd be good. Man, these spoilers have just made me excited to see what other cards come out.
Yeah, I'm also very glad, and it's like, this was our gripe, one of our gripes with Warhammer, where Warhammer was just pre-con decks, you know?
Yeah.
And as, like, at least have the balls to, like, make it a full set. They're just making this a full set, which is fucking awesome.
And having pre-cons.
Yeah, right. Well, of course they're gonna anything to milk that teat.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I'm glad. You know, I would be more happy. More happy. Is that right? Yeah. No, I'd be happier. I'd be happier if they had just made fucking Warhammer a whole set. I don't even care about Warhammer. I would have bought that shit anyway.
Yeah.
Because at least they would have had to make commons, and it would have been more thought, and that's just what I like to see. For as much as I think about this game, I appreciate it when I can tell that people have thought a lot about what they're doing. And I'm not saying that they don't, but sometimes it feels rushed.
Yeah.
So
I mean, obviously, we love all the designers, we love all the artists and everything, everyone that works on the game, but
yeah,
it's very obvious when the company Wizards is like rushing in to get something out. I will say, I think the Warhammer decks were well built.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they were very well built. They're like really good decks.
Yeah. But yeah, it is very obvious when you can when they do that.
Right. I think it's a lot of the time, and you see it. I'm a big movie fan, so you see it a lot with big budget movies. Oftentimes, it doesn't even come down to the writer or the director. It's the studio kind of overseeing everything, pushing things. They need it to go one way. So sometimes you just get a dumpy ass movie because there were too many little fingies kind of fucking picking at the cracks in it, and they just make this dog.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that that's the case with Warhammer, but you can tell when fucking Wizards is just getting in there, all up in the meat of it.
Sticky fingies. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't wash my hands after handling all of my dirty money.
Yeah, right. And that's what it is. It's the money thing. At the end of the day, it's the money thing. We spend a lot of money on it. I don't need Wizards to remind me or to, like, I don't know, ask me for more.
Yeah. I mean, we could talk about that. That could be a fucking episode on its own, and maybe it will be.
They would have 2 listens, because I wouldn't even listen to it more than once, because I'd be like, I get it. It sucks.
Like, we know. Okay,
yeah.
maybe we won't do that. Moving on. Tom Bombadil. I can't fucking wait for this.
Yes!
Yes! Oh my god, I'm so glad they did him the service that he deserves. Okay, Tom Bombadil. He costs Wooburg, so white, blue, black, red, green. He's a 4/4 god bard. And as long as there are 4 more lore counters among sagas you control, Tom Bombadil is hexproof and indestructible. Whenever the final chapter ability of a saga you control resolves, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a saga. Put that onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And it triggers only once per turn. That's fucking awesome. That's so good. I've been wanting to build a saga deck for a while, but I wasn't feeling like any of the commanders for it, and this is like that's my next deck.
Yeah, the best thing about Tom Bombadil is he makes your deck a saga deck automatically. You could have 3 sagas in that bitch,
Yeah.
and a bunch of stuff that just shuffles your graveyard into your library, and you would just hit them every single time.
Yeah. God, that's so awesome.
It is awesome. It's just like he loves a good story.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't give a...
It is. It's flavor.
What's more Tom Bombadil than that? He's like, I literally don't care about anything you guys are doing. I'm just going to go do me.
Yeah.
I just want to hear some dope shit. I'm going to go read this fucking book. I'm going to go sing in the forest and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a ring? Yeah, I can hold that. Here's it back. Bye.
Yeah. Shows up, holds the ring, sings a song about being older than the world, refuses to elaborate, disappears.
He's truly a god bard. He just...
Fucking love Tom Bombadil, dude. Oh.
So awesome.
Just incredible.
Whew. Yeah, I mean, we could have just talked about Tom Bombadil this whole time. I love this card. I love that they're doing it, and I don't know. It's the nerd thing, right? It feels very like somebody's been waiting their whole life to make a Tom Bombadil card, and they fucking did it. Congrats, you did it.
Very good.
All right, on to the next one. The One Ring. 4 colorless, legendary artifact, obviously. It is indestructible. When the One Ring enters the battlefield, if you cast it, you gain protection from everything until your next turn. the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life for each bird encounter on the One Ring. Love it. Love fucking single-use counters. Tap, put a bird encounter on the One Ring, then draw a card for each bird encounter on the One Ring. Pretty good. It's a very good card. Immediately going to go into my skip turn deck because of the gain protection from everything until your next turn. It's fucking indestructible. I mean, I don't know what else you can say. It comes in, it gives you protection from everything until your next turn, and then you don't even have to, like, exile it. It's not even a tap ability. It just does it.
Yeah.
And then you get to do more things. That's not even the only thing it does.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of shit that you can do with that. And I'm pretty sure there's some infinite combos with it already where you can just draw your entire deck.
I mean, yeah, with proliferate and stuff, and yeah, there's got to be a lot of things. And it's a counter, so you can make counters a lot and then just draw your whole fucking deck. I mean, you would die, though, wouldn't you?
I mean, at the beginning of your upkeep. Generally, if you are drawing your entire deck, you have a plan to win the game that turn. And if you can't win the game that turn, you're dead anyway.
Yeah, I guess so. You got me there. Seems pretty good.
Yeah, I think that all of these cards are really do justice to the source material. So, also, hey, there's that fucking one ring. It's the only one in the world.
Yeah, in Black Speech or whatever, right?
The Black Speech of Sauron. Buy collector boosters. Buy more.
Yeah. Buy all of them. We want these sold. So it's like, how do we speedrun selling out of collector boosters in the world? What if...
Like Jenkins in the back raises his hand. I have an idea.
Yeah. Oh my god. What if, like, most of the boxes sell and nobody pulls the one card?
Oh,
you know how expensive remaining those boxes are going to get so fucking expensive so fast.
I'm going to buy a bunch of them as an investment and just hold on to them.
Oh my gosh. I'm hurting myself thinking about it.
All right, let's move on then. Mount Doom. Legendary land. It's black and red, so you can tap it, pay 1 life, add black or red. It has a second ability. Pay 1 red, 1 black, and 1. Tap it. Mount Doom deals 1 damage to each opponent. Sure. Third ability. Pay 1 red, 1 black, and 5. Tap it. Sacrifice Mount Doom and a legendary artifact flavor. Choose up to 2 creatures, then destroy the rest. Activate only as a sorcery.
Super flavor.
Yeah. Pretty cool. I like that last ability a lot.
It's a mythic land as well. I love a mythic land.
Yeah, pretty cool. And the alt art is badass.
Surprise.
Yeah, who would have thought? Buy more collector boosters!
It's like, yeah, nobody's buying these collector boosters because they're expensive. How do we make it so it doesn't matter how expensive it is, you want to buy it anyway? Nerds will buy it.
John Hasbro needs more money.
I'm going to immediately put that into a, what is his fucking name? He's the lizard man that taps for... He hurt you with mana burn, and he taps for 3 colors.
Oh my god, I have him as a commander, and I can't
Lord of Trash. What is it?
Yurlock.
Yurlock. Immediately gonna put Mount Doom into Yurlock because you can just tap Yurlock for the 3 mana and then put that into Mount Doom and do 1 damage to everyone. And then if I'm assuming you're doing it at someone's end step, they're not gonna be able to spend that mana anyway, and then just fucking do all sorts of damage to people.
Yeah, 4 damage to each opponent. That's pretty good, actually. I like that.
Seems good. Seems fun.
Yeah.
Next up, we got the Shire. Shire's a legendary land. Surprise. It enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a legendary creature. Flavor. Tap. Add 1 green mana. Pay a colorless in green and tap. Tap an untapped creature you control. Create a food token. Hey, I heard green foods is a thing, so that's pretty good. Yeah, sure
is. I heard hobbits love food.
I definitely heard hobbits love food. I'm just bummed nothing makes a weed token.
Yeah. Well, it's not too late.
Yeah, we haven't seen the full set. And then what else we got? We have we got some other
Aragorn.
stuff down here.
Yeah, Aragorn and
Yeah.
Arwen wed. It is
Ooh.
a white, a green, and 4 for a 3/6 human elf noble. Makes sense. Vigilance. Whenever Aragorn and Arwen enters the battlefield or attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control. You gain 1 life for each other creature you control. Pretty fucking good. If you are in Selesnya, you are probably putting counters on everything.
Yeah, and you probably have a lot of creatures.
Yeah. I have nothing else to say. That's a good card.
It is good. I'm interested to see if they're gonna do an Arwen outside of Aragorn and Arwen wed, because I'm sure they're gonna do Aragorn.
Yeah.
I imagine they will, because she's an elf, so she'll probably be elf tribal.
Yeah, probably.
That'll be interesting. And then we got Sauron the Lidless Eye, which is just a fucking wild name. 3 colorless, red and a black for a 4/4 legendary creature avatar horror fun. When Sauron the Lidless Eye enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature and opponent controls until end of turn. Untap it, it gains haste until end of turn. Flavor. 1 colorless and Rakdos. Creatures, red and a black. Creatures you control get +2/+0 until end of turn. Each opponent loses 2 life. Guess what? That's also gonna go into a Yearlock deck.
Yeah. And that's repeatable too. So, like, if you generate infinite mana or something, which, hey, that's pretty easy to do in Commander, you just kill everyone.
Yeah. Seems cool. It seems really cool. I almost wish he was tribal, because I would love to.
Oh, man. Actually, I do want to build iTribal. One of us, we are definitely racing to build iTribal.
Yeah. Yeah. We're just waiting for a moment to strike.
Yeah.
I might make a Pauper iTribal deck. I bet I could do it.
Ooh, yeah. I bet you could. But the last one in the, like, normal set that is not the Commander set is the Biobox promo. Lorien Brooch, which is just a reskin of Trailblazer's boots, but still pretty cool. It's 2 mana for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature has non-basic landwalk, and you can equip for 2. Hey, I heard people play a lot of non-basic lands in Commander.
Yeah, and just in general now, for the most part, I would say.
Yeah, pretty much. So, Trailblazer's boots, it's alright. Not a terrible card.
Definitely not the best boots, but they're still pretty good boots.
I love the theme that boots are, like, powerful.
Yes. I mean, it's you can't beat a good pair of boots.
Yeah, it's true.
I think Terry Hatchett wrote a whole fucking thing about boots before. I'm not going to elaborate on that at all. I assume there's a nerd out there in the world that knows who that person is.
Okay. What I will elaborate is I need another beer.
Hey, go for it.
All right.
What you got?
We're going back into the untap step. Don't think about it too hard. I have Blushing Rogue Irish Red from Tarboro Brewing Company in Tarboro, North Carolina. Wow. If you don't know where that is, don't feel bad. No one else does either. So this one I picked, it is not exactly wizard related, but the can art reminds me of the Wizards of the Street Secret Lair drop that had like Baral and Kess in it. So yeah, I'll put it up on the YouTube video so you can see for yourself. And then judge me in the comments. Please leave more comments. We need fucking engagement.
I like comments. Engage me.
Engage me. What do you got?
I have more fucking Dead Guy Ale, because I'm just going to keep drinking that. It's good.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
Yeah, that's it. I'm just going to keep drinking Dead Guy Ale, because...
All right. Well, I know that you don't have any more Untapped reviews, but I will read mine.
No. Yeah.
I should say, this is good. Tarboro Brewing has definitely made a name for themselves. I like them a lot. So, Yeah, and I just really like an Irish red ale, so great. All right, Untapped Step. This first review is from KB, checking in at Crafty Beer Shop, Lafayette Village. He gave it 3.75 out of 5 and just said malty. It's not wrong. It is malty. My next one from Daniel W. says, oh, well, he gave it 4 out of 5 stars. He says, crushable red ale. Have family from my mom's side down this week, and I want to sleep, lol. Everyone here has a kid, and I'm just like going to the bar on my own just to get away from this, lol.
Aw, that's really sad.
I know, like...
He's crying out for help in an Untapped review. Oh my god!
I know.
We hear you, man, and I get it. It sucks. Kids are annoying, red ales are dope.
Yeah, exactly. Daniel, I'm going to say your last name, Daniel Waters. Wow, Walters? Fucking Jesus. I've only had one beer. You're definitely listening to this, so leave a comment. We'll hang out.
Yeah. Unless you suck.
Unless you suck. If you suck, fuck off.
That's it? That's all you got?
That's it. That's all I got. Shall we talk about the commander cards from Lord of the Rings?
Yeah. I haven't seen these at all, so I'm excited to hear what you have to say about it.
So they have some of the borderless ones that are like reskins of existing cards, like they did for some of the cards in Innistrad, the most recent Innistrad.
Yeah.
So there are 3 of those that we know of right now. First one is the Party Tree, which is a reskin of the Great Henge. If you don't know, that card is fucking ridiculous. 2 green and 7. Don't worry, it won't cost that much. Legendary artifact. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Hey, that card is mono green. You have big creatures. There's nothing that you can do to not have them.
Yeah, pretty much.
You can tap it to add 2 green, and you gain 2 life. And then whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on it and draw a card. It didn't need that. Like, the rest of it is already fucking good. Like, tap, add 2 green, and gain 2 life. That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah. Yeah, I lied. I have seen these cards. And yes, Party Tree, I mean, Great Henge is always really good.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like people use it all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know if you haven't.
It's very expensive.
Yeah. Well, do you think this is going to be more expensive, or it's going to make it less expensive?
I think this version of it will be more expensive.
Do you think it'll drop the overall value on Great Henge?
No, not really.
Oh, that's.
I think typically, if cards have had a recent reprint, then the recent reprints will drop when the new one comes out, and then they go back up.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen, when a card gets reprinted, the older versions of it tend to stay the same price, and the newer versions are cheaper. This one, I think because it's different art, will probably... And it's also borderless, which is a big chase thing, so I think that will probably make it more expensive.
Do you think, like, Wizard stock is going to go up as a result of this?
As a result of the set, or of them printing?
Of the set. Just because, like, people are going to buy the fuck out of this, right? I don't think that's just us being biased. Like, this is going to make a lot of money.
Yeah, I think it will.
A lot.
Yeah, it's very possible that it will positively affect their stock price.
It's weird. It's almost like that's why they did it.
Money.
The other alt art I see is Bridge of Khazad-dûm, right?
Yeah.
Doom. Fucking come at me, nerds, if I get that wrong. Please. 3 colorless for an artifact. It's a reskin of Ensnaring Bridge. Creatures with power greater than the number of cards in your hand can attack. Seems pretty fucking good. Seems really good in like Rakdos Hellbent kind of decks.
Mm-hmm. Ensnaring Bridge is a pretty fucking good card already, so.
Yeah, there's a reason it's mythic.
Valley of Gorgoroth. It's a reskin of Wasteland. You can tap it for colorless or sack it and destroy a non-basic land. Valley of Gorgoroth, it's a pretty card. It looks really cool.
It looks cool. Do I care about having it? No. Will I sell it and then immediately regret selling it if I ever get this for some reason? Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, next up I have Sam, Loyal Attendant. Very excited. He's got his fucking frying pan in his hand in the picture. One colorless and green and a white Selesnya. It is a 2/4 halfling peasant again. Another dig at him. You partner with Frodo, Adventurous Hobbit, so we are getting 2 Frodos for sure. And when partner with something, not just partner, not like commander partner. Oh, Jesus. Not commander partner, but like partnering with something. When this creature enters the battlefield, target player may put Frodo into their hand from their library, then shuffle.
Yeah.
That's interesting. How it shortens it to Frodo, but it's only because they established that it has to be Frodo, Adventurous Hobbit, so there's no workaround there. That was me talking.
It's reminder text. It's not rules text. So.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, at the beginning of combat on your turn, create a food token. Seems pretty fucking good.
That's really good.
Food token, if you're not sure what it does, you pay 2 colorless, tap, and sacrifice the artifact to gain 3 life. Activate abilities of foods you control cost 1 less to activate. So make it a food token, and then if you actually want to use a food token as a food token, he makes it cheaper to do that. That seems really good.
Yeah, I think that would be really fun to play. I mean, we haven't really seen many other cards in the like commander cards, but I think a food deck with Sam at the helm would be really fun.
Yeah, and I gotta imagine this. So this is going in the pre-con decks, right? That's what it's doing.
I think so. I don't think they've actually shown the pre-con decks. They just like teased them. Okay,
so if it's not going into a pre-con, let's just operate like it is. I'm sure they'll reprint Academy Manufacturer for that. If they don't, you need to buy your Academy Manufacturers right now, because that card's going to get fucking expensive.
Yeah, that's a good point. It absolutely will.
Because if he make it a food token at every combat, why not also make a fucking clue and a treasure token? I heard that's really good. If you're making any of those tokens, you might as well make all 3.
Oh, okay. So they did show a food and fellowship deck, which looks like has Frodo and Sam.
Oh.
As the commanders.
Awesome. I need to see if Academy Manufacturer's in that, because that's an easy include if you want to upgrade that, and it's just a good fucking card to have.
Yeah, if you're making either food, clues, or treasures, you want that card.
Yep. And it's good in white and green, where I know there's affinity for artifact cards, especially with March of Machines and All Will Be One. Yeah. Seems good. Really like it.
Yeah.
I like the partner with mechanic as well. I've wanted to make a deck with that for a long time. If you have Sam as your fucking commander, you just get to automatically dump his other counterpart, which you know is going to work with him, into your hand. That seems really good. He's a tutor. Yeah. He's got a dope-ass ability. Yeah.
Real good. Next up, Radagast, Wizard of Wilds. Oh, Radagast. He just loves his birds and his animals. He costs 1 blue, 1 green, and 2 for a 3/5 Avatar Wizard. He has Ward 1, which is like almost useless.
Which is perfect. It's so
I know.
Funny.
Flavor. Beasts and birds you control have Ward 1. Okay, that's a little better. Whenever you cast a spell with mana value 5 or greater, choose one. Create a 3/3 green beast creature token, or create a 2/2 blue bird creature token with flying. Yeah, beasts and birds.
Yeah.
I seem to remember we got a card recently that would work well with beasts and birds.
Oh, weird. Yeah. And also, he's a fucking 5-drop.
Yeah, imagine that.
It's weird. It's like they almost were like, okay, we got to make Radagast something. What do we do? And it's like, well, we just made Thanos the toy maker. Can we do something with that? And they're like, oh, yeah, all right, whatever. It's Radagast. Yeah. Who cares?
You want to read off Thanos?
Yeah, Thanos is Thanos the toy maker, 3 colorless, green and a blue for a 3/5 human artificer. Whenever you cast a beast or bird creature spell, you may copy it, except the copy is an artifact in addition to its other types. So he also make it a token.
Yeah.
So you know.
Beast and bird tribal. That's a thing now.
Yep. It's tribal token generation. In green-blue. Seems pretty fucking good.
Yeah. And you're probably going to buff all those tokens up and then swing and kill everyone.
Yeah, and you know, if you got money like that, you're probably running like doubling season and shit anyway, and you just fucking do all the stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if that's your win con with like swinging with a bunch of creatures, you have Crater Hoof.
Oh, God.
So.
Yeah, which I heard is in green as well. Hey, guess what? Green's pretty good.
Yeah, green gets everything. Favorite child.
You could play mono green forever, and you would always be competitive.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, literally doesn't even matter what set.
It doesn't. It really does not at all. And then the last thing is just Soul Ring, but we get 4 versions of it. So there's the normal version, which says in English, or whatever language that it's printed in, add 2 colorless. Has a picture of Sauron on it, holding the ring. But we get a version in a human, or I guess it's, are they called human? Man, whatever.
Peeps.
Dwarf and, like, elf styles. And they have, I think it's the Black Speech on it, right?
Yeah, I think.
Which is really cool. Know. And they all have different art, and all the art looks really nice.
Yep. Should be fun. Looking in the comments on fucking MagicSpoiler.com, and somebody's like, they should make Orc Tribal in the set, and now that's all I can think about is I really want. Oh my
god. Surely they will, right?
Lord of the Rings, dope.
Yeah, I'm never not gonna like Lord of the Rings. Also, the full art basic lands that they have are the map of Middle Earth, and I'm gonna buy a lot of those.
Yeah, and it's funny because people think that shit's lazy, and if it's easy for them, whatever, it still is cool.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Dude, nerds
like
make
maps. Like the whole map out of the fucking lands.
Yeah, nerds like maps. I probably still have the maps that came with Red Dead Redemption 2 when I bought it.
Yeah.
Because it's a cool map. Or Skyrim when you fucking would buy that physically and not just like 6 copies of it on Steam because that's what they want you to do for some reason. And you get the map and you're like, ooh, pretty cool map.
Ooh, map. I get a map? Yeah.
Except Lord of the Rings is like the OG version of that because that was like the first map that everyone fucking nerded out about. And now it's going to be on our lands. Y'all, that seems pretty good.
Those lands are better than any other basic lands.
Although the fucking those secret layer all text lands are pretty good.
I do like those.
Those are pretty good. Well, yeah, that's all I gotta say about that.
Nerds will always love Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I know. So. It's like they were banking on it, actually.
Yeah. Oh, hey Xavier.
What?
What you brewing?
Oh, wow. That really caught me off guard. I thought you were just asking me a question. Oh. Ooh. I kind of feel like, like when you just like look at your significant other and you're like, you look hot today, and they like get all like blushy. That's what I feel like right now. I'm like, oh, wow. What am I brewing? Dude, I'm brewing a meat puppet deck. We're brewing fucking Venser Corpse Puppet. And I think it took me so long to figure out what this card was called, because in my head I just call it Venser Meat Puppet. I know it's not right. But the fact that
or
it's...
Jim Dedson.
Yeah, Jim Dedson is actually what I named this deck. The fact that I am one word off, I'm like very close with Venser Meat Puppet. It's just Corpse Puppet. It's like what they wanted to call it. So I know we've talked about it before, but just a reminder. Venser Corpse Puppet is Dimir, so blue and a black for a 1/3 with lifelink and toxic 1. Seems pretty good. He is a legendary creature, Phyrexian zombie wizard. That's a lot. Whenever you proliferate, choose one. If you don't control a creature named the Hollow Sentinel, create the Hollow Sentinel, a legendary 3/3 colorless Phyrexian Golem artifact creature token. Target artifact creature you control gains flying and lifelink until end of turn. Those are your two options. So you either make it a Hollow Sentinel, or you give something flying and lifelink until end of turn. So even if you don't run any other fucking artifact creatures in this deck, you can make the Hollow Sentinel have flying and lifelink every time you proliferate. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's gonna be a Venser flavor deck. So I'm gonna just kind of... Obviously, I still want it to be a deck that's going to run well. So I'll show you what I got so far. But this one's going to take me a little longer to build because I would love to lean into the flavor on it. So we have some proliferate staples. A lot of it actually is from All Will Be One. So we have Scheming Aspirant. It's a colorless and a black for a 1/3. Whenever you proliferate, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. I'm going to be putting Atraxis Skitterfang, which I mentioned last episode. We're going to put Takuthal, Inquiry Dominus, 2 colorless, 2 blues. It's the blue Dominus.
Hey, I've heard that's pretty good.
Yeah, if you proliferate twice instead. But we're also going to add some stuff literally just for the flavor. So, like, we're going to add Memnite. It's a 0. If you haven't seen Memnite, you really should. It is always been around. 0 cost 1/1 artifact creature construct, because that is what Venser's dead-ass body gets stuffed into, is a fucking altered Memnite by Shieldred. So we got Shieldred the Apocalypse in here. Venser gets sick and is dying from a disease called Phthisis, which is like weird fucking magic tuberculosis. So we're gonna put Phthisis in this deck because it is a card. It's a horrible mana cost. It's 3 colorless and 4 black pips. Wow, what a fucking nightmare. To destroy target creature, its controller loses life equal to its power plus its toughness. It also has Suspend 5, and you can pay 1 colorless and 1 black. So you're probably just going to suspend it for 5 turns, which is a fucking choice.
I mean, your other choice is paying 4 black and 3.
Yeah, bad. Seems pretty bad.
So...
we're also gonna put Karn in here, Karn Living Legacy from Dominaria United, because Venser, within the lore, gives the last of his spark to Karn to reanimate him, and that's like kind of how he ends up dying. It should be fun. We're gonna put some combos that I've been wanting to do, so we're gonna put the Jace Cunning Castaway with Takuthal with Ichormoon Gauntlet in here, just see if I can pull it off.
Oh my god, I hope so.
And I'm going to put Archfiend Adras in here, which is the Archfiend, the Black Archfiend from All of V1. It's 2 colorless, 2 black pips for a 6/6 Phyrexian Demon with flying. It enters with 4 oil counters on it. Beginning your upkeep, remove an oil counter from Archfiend Adras. Then if it has no oil counters on it, you lose the game. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, its controller loses 2 life. So it's a very good card. With Proliferate, I'm not too worried about running out of oil counters, but conversely, I'm also going to put cards in here that will remove all the counters, and then I'll have cards that let me give to someone else so they can lose.
Here, take this.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll end up being one of those decks that I just want to put so much stuff into it, it is gonna be bad. And then I'll be the dead guy on the dead guy ale can, because not gonna win. But it should be fun. It's actually really fun to build. And it's fun to like look into Magic lore and build a deck solely around that.
Yeah.
So flavor. It's kind of, right, flavor, leading into flavor. That's it. That's all I got. It's fun. It's cool. It's neat.
Are you going to put
cool.
Vince's journal in there?
I mean, I have to, right?
You do. You do have to.
I'm also putting, like, I'm going to put multiple Venser cards in here. So we're going to have Venser. I want to, like, kind of follow it from the beginning and transition to the end. So, like, we got Venser Shaper Savant in here. And that's, like, when he gets mind controlled, I believe, from Sensei Ryu. I'm not going to put fucking Sensei's Divining Top in here because I ain't got money like that. Well, it's not that expensive anymore, is it?
I think it's like $20. Is that right?
I don't know. But they fucking reprinted it.
Yeah, they sure did. Yeah, it's like 21.
Oh, fuck that. I'm not doing that shit. I gotta spend too much money on this other shit for flavor reasons. I have to fucking repurchase a Shieldred the Apocalypse because I sold the 2 I had and now I hate myself.
Yeah.
Anyway, it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. It should be cool.
I am also looking forward to it. I will. Oh, I was gonna say I'll play my fucking mommy machine deck against it, but that would just be mean. But it's interesting. Yeah, I like the idea of building a deck purely on flavor.
Yeah, I will say I only have 21 cards in my deck so far, and it's already $133. So
have fun with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably honestly mostly fucking Shieldred. It is $75 for Shieldred. Yeah. So, yeah, maybe we'll get the other Shieldred, who's still expensive, but not Shieldred the Apocalypse expensive.
We'll proxy that.
Yeah. Oh, hey. Why don't you not buy singles and just proxy expensive cards?
Actually, just proxy everything.
Yeah, proxy fucking lands. Who cares? It's just cardboard anyway.
Yeah.
It's illegal to print money. It's not illegal to print Magic cards.
That's a true statement.
Yeah.
I see you have Throne of Geth in here. I know that's in there because of Proliferate, but are you going to put any of the Geth cards in?
Yeah, I definitely am. I just like need to like deep dive into the lore and just like fucking dig in because I still want this to be a deck that I get to play and show off. But
yeah
I want.
And then every card you play is like, oh, that's when Vincer got mind controlled, and that one is.
It's like, cool. Are you gonna take the 60 damage, or are you just gonna tell me about your cards that don't matter? Neat. Yep, that's what I got. So hey, Jack.
Yeah.
What you brewing?
Whoa, what am I brewing? I'm brewing a deck that is, the total cost of it is about as much as the 21 cards that you have in yours right now. So, I'm brewing Adeliz, the Sender Wind. I don't really know which one of that it is, but whatever. She is 1 red, 1 blue, and 1 for a 2/2 human wizard with flying and haste. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, wizards you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. So the reason I have wizard-themed beers is because of my wizard tribal deck. This deck is called Swole Wizards.
I'm so excited.
So, obviously, wizards are known for playing a bunch of instants and sorceries and then recasting them and fucking fidget spinning all over everybody. But my plan is to play a bunch of wizards and then buff them all up and make them swole and swing them for lethal.
Chad Wizards.
Chad Wizards.
Readings for fucking nerds. Hit the gin, scrub.
So I do have like the normal wizard stuff like Archmage Emeritus, which is 2 blue and 2 for a 2/2 wizard that says whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery, draw a card. Yeah, normal wizard shit. But then I have Docent of Perfection, which is 2 blue and 3 for a 5/4 with flying, insect horror. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, put a 1/1 blue human wizard onto the battlefield, or wizard token onto the battlefield. Then, if you control 3 or more wizards, transform it. And the transformed one is wizards you control get +2/+1 and have flying. And whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a 1/1 blue human wizard token onto the battlefield. That's just really fucking good. I want to make a bunch of wizard tokens and buff them all up with that and with Adeliz. It's going to be great.
Buff wizards.
Buff wizards. And then I've got a bunch of stuff to like copy up my instants and sorceries that I cast. So like Dualcaster Mage, which says, well, it's 2 red and 1 for a 2/2 human wizard with flash. Whenever it enters the battlefield, copy target instant or sorcery spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. That can also be used as like a defensive spell. If someone is trying to kill my commander or something, I can flash that in and say, actually, that's going to target something else. I can copy instants and sorceries with... I can copy ability triggers with Harmonic Prodigy, which is a red and 1 for 1/3 human wizard with prowess, which, if you don't know, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn, which is pretty good. But its second ability is if an ability of a shaman or another wizard you control triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. So instead of getting +1/+1 until end of turn, Adeliz will give all of them +2/+2 until end of turn. Then I've got another one that will copy that to Veyron, Voice of Duality, which is a red, a blue, and 1 for a 2/2 Efreet wizard. That says, whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery, Veyron, Voice of Duality gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Pretty fucking good. Oh hey, the next one makes it better. If you casting or copying an instant or sorcery spell causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Oh shit. So that just combos with itself. Just gets +2/+2 until end of turn from everything. That will also copy the Adeliz triggers, and so if I have that and Harmonic Prodigy out, just like buff everything up a bunch. Oh, I'm excited.
So fun. And like you got like Naru Mayo, Master Wizard, which gives other wizards +1/+1. And you got fucking, what's his nuts? Electrostatic Infantry, which is just a buff wizard by nature because it's a dwarf wizard, and he gives himself 1/1 counters whenever you cast an instant or sorcery.
He gets counters, and he has trample. Oh my god, he's so good.
Yeah, dude, he's like a colorless and a red for a 1/2 with trample dwarf wizard. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a 1/1 counter on Electrostatic Infantry, and he looks dope. He looks like Dwarf Thor.
He does. He's badass, dude.
Yeah.
Oh god,
and you're running like
is so good.
Dyna Charge in this deck, which is like fucking who runs that, and it's actually good in it. Oh yeah, god. It's Dyna Charge 1 red, or you can pay Overload for 2 colorless on a red. Target creature you control gets +2/+0 until end of turn. And Overload is when you cast this for its Overload cost. You change its text by replacing all instances a target with each. So for 2 colorless and a red, you give all your creatures +2/+0 until end of turn. I mean, anyone who's played Commander is familiar with Overload because that's what makes Vandal Blast good.
Yeah, and Cyclonic Rift.
Yeah, so hilarious. I mean, yeah, you just got all these like little fucking chump instant and sorceries that cost nothing. It's literally the most like, oh, I don't care about food, I just need fuel for my muscles. Chad Wizards.
Where's my pre-workout? Where's my post-workout?
Where's my chalky milk? Do you guys have goblin milk?
I gotta put some goblin milk in my way.
Have we ever? We haven't talked about goblin milk on the podcast
not?
before. Now this is it. We're talking. We introduced goblin milk. Goblin Milk is an inside joke with our play group. So shout out to our play group. It just started as somebody casually walking up, and you know how people ask for weird different types of milk all the time? You would just like walk into a coffee store and be like, hey, do you guys have any like goblin milk? And we just laugh about it all the time. It's the dumbest joke ever.
So dumb. I love it.
But that is definitely what wizards drink after their workout to replenish their calories. Is fucking goblin milk. Fucking
I need goblin milk tokens for this.
Yeah.
One thing that I really want to get off. So I have Arcane Bombardment and Thousand Year Storm in this. Arcane Bombardment is 2 red and 4 for an enchantment. Whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery each turn, exile an instant or sorcery at random from your graveyard, then copy each card exiled with Arcane Bombardment. You may cast any number of the copies without paying their mana costs. Pretty fucking good already, because I'm just going to buff all my shit up a bunch. But with Thousand Year Storm, that is a red, a blue, and 4 for an enchantment. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, copy it for each other instant and sorcery you've cast before it this turn. You may choose new targets for the copies. So I cast my first spell. Arcane Bombardment triggers. So they'll both trigger. I will have Arcane Bombardment resolve first, cast everything from exile, because it creates copies and then you cast them. Thousand Year Storm triggers for every one of those. And I just copy my first spell a bunch.
Hey, it's almost like, even just based on their card names, they were always meant to be together.
Yeah. Oh, man. I really hope I can get that off.
Yeah. Also, like, the more you look at this deck list, the funnier it gets. Because, like, you have fucking, what? You have Lightning Bolt in here, right?
I ought to. I'm pretty sure I put it in.
I don't see it. You have, let's say you have fucking Lightning Bolt. You do. Yeah. You have Lightning Bolt. You also have Wizard's Lightning, which is just Lightning Bolt, but for wizards. It's 2 colors and a red, instant. This spell costs 2 less to cast if you control a wizard. Wizard's Lightning deals 3 damage to any target. So, in this deck, it's just another Lightning Bolt.
It's just Lightning Bolt, yeah.
And then you got classic counter spell, 2 blue pips, counter target spell. It's an instant. And then, oh wait, there's Wizard's Retort, which is 1 colorless, 2 blue pips. This spell costs 1 less to cast if you control a wizard counter target spell. It's the same fucking thing. They just put the word wizard on it.
Oh my god, it's so good.
So good. And then Step Through, I love this card. It's so cool.
Yeah.
3 colorless, 2 blue pips for a sorcery. Return 2 target creatures to their owner's hands. Doesn't sound that good. Oh wait, it has wizard cycling for 2 colorless. You can pay to discard this card, and then you just tutor for any wizard, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle. It's a 2-drop specific tutor. That's so fucking weird and cool. It's a common.
yeah, it is a common.
Oh, we love specific tutors on this show. Give me a goblin matron all fucking day.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for this. I think that it'll be really fun to play.
Super fun. I'm excited to have it swing at me.
With all the buff wizards.
I want to get punched to death by fucking wee Dragonauts. or Thordorf. Dwarf Thor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So good. Awesome. Really excited.
Yeah, I think. Oh well, I will say, Gutter Snipe is in here too.
Gutter Snipe.
Gutter Snipe. It's just red and 2 for Goblin Shaman. I know it's not a wizard. Hear me out. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, Gutter Snipe deals 2 damage to each opponent.
Yeah, weird. He's pretty good.
It's too funny to not include.
Yeah. Oh man, he would almost be a better commander than my current
He
would
be, and I was afraid that you would say that.
But I'm not gonna do it because the being able to, the having to tap seems more fair. Although the chance to say Gutter Snipe every time I play an instant and sorcery is very good. And it doesn't matter because with Harmonic Prodigy, he will trigger again anyway because it's Shaman and Wizard.
Mm-hmm.
And what's a Shaman if not a Goblin Wizard anyway?
Pretty much.
Awesome. Super into the flavor of these decks. And I actually think Swole Wizards is going to be pretty good.
I think it will be. It at least will be fun, and that's all that really matters.
Right. Well, and it's just the idea, just like the fucking... Imagine you play someone for the first time outside of our play group, right? You roll up, you drop your Izzet Wizard Commander, and you're like, okay, Wizard Tribal, or fucking, it's gonna be Spellslinger. And then it's like, wait, what's happening? It's like, why does he have so many wizards? Oh my god, is he going wide? Why am I getting punched so hard?
I know. That's so good.
I cast a spell to enchant my fucking fist, nerd. Staff Bash. That's what you said. Staff Bash.
Yeah, Staff Bash. It's Wizard Staff Bash.
Oh god. So good. Powered by Goblin Milk. Oh man.
Goblin Milk. I gotta put that in the description on Moxfield.
Yeah. Oh man, you need some custom sleeves for this too. I'm so fucking excited.
Oh, it's gonna say Goblin Way.
Oh shit. Well, is that all you got?
That's all I got.
Sick. That's all I got too. So I guess we should go to sideboard.
Let's go into the sideboard.
What do you got for your sideboard?
Shall I go first?
Yeah.
I've been playing the Diablo 4 beta. That started last week with the early access one, which you had to pre-order the game for, which I know fucking no one should pre-order games, myself included, but I fucking love Diablo, so I did it. And then they did it again this weekend with the open beta. And hey, turns out Diablo 4 is pretty good. Activision Blizzard's a horrible company, but you know what? So is Wizards of the Coast, so fucking get over it.
Believe it or not, if you go high up enough, they all suck.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
Big company bad.
Yeah, big company bad. Oh, wow, did you come up with that yourself? Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's good. I enjoyed it a lot, and I've played every character, and I'm probably going to play Sorceress as my first character when the full game comes out.
Nice.
6/6, 2023.
Sick. Are you going to ask me what I have for my sideboard? Fuck.
Jesus Christ.
You don't have to ask me. I'll just tell you anyway.
I was going to ask you if you wanted another beer because I need another beer.
Okay. Yeah, do that. I'll have another one. Since I'm only drinking one thing today, I have just poured myself one. I'm only having 3 today, though, so.
Fair enough. Me too.
Oh, yeah.
I have. What?
I was going to say, here's a little behind-the-scenes thing for you, too. Guess what? After our last episode, I got really fucking drunk, and I was so hungover the next day, it was horrible. I ended up having 8 beers within the time it took us to, like, stop recording and fucking stop talking. So, yeah, it was not a lot of time, and I drank a lot of beer. The common beers did me wrong.
Just means that you can drink more of it.
Yeah, it was all the beer's fault. It definitely wasn't me. Mm-hmm. Anyway, what's your next one?
I've got The Oath. Okay, so it's from Cabarrus Brewing in North Carolina, which is in Concord. Hey, you probably don't know where that is unless you live in Mecklenburg County, so don't worry about it. It's got a fucking metal picture, like, of a fucking cult dude taking an oath on a big thick book. He's got like the long nails and the robe and everything. It's like brick.
He looks like a lich.
He looks like a lich. Yeah.
I've looked at this can. I'm so glad you bought it. And it's like on flavor because I've looked at this can so many times and I've wanted to buy it so many times.
Yeah. I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, I need to buy that. It's an imperial stout with cocoa nibs and coffee, pretty much. So I know what you have, so let me take my first sip.
Because guess what? Venser's still dead, so it only seemed fair to just keep drinking dead guy ale.
Yeah, Venser Corpse Savant. Oh, wow. Okay, hold on. I just need a second to get used to this because I'm going from a red ale to a fucking imperial stout. So give me a second.
Too big for you? You gotta adjust to it? You're like, I wish you hadn't said it like that.
Anyway, I think it's pretty solid. I love an imperial stout. And yeah, you can definitely taste the coffee and the cocoa nibs. It's not overpowering. It's not like overly sweet, which I think you run into a lot. Yeah, it's a good drinkable stout. I'll go into my Untapped reviews. First one is from Andrew D, checking in at Chestnut Hill. Fuck, I don't know where that is. Another winner by Cabarrus Brewing out of Concord, NC. Thanks, buddy. I guess he's talking about Cabarrus Brewing. Cabarrus is his buddy? Sure. That's more power to you, Andrew. I think it's a good beer, too. And I only have one more. It's from Mike M. Checking in at Waxhaw Tap House. Gave it 4 out of 5 stars and said, coffee. Nice. Which is funny in its own right. But then, if you look at Untapped, there's another review. Different review. Same guy. You know it's different because it has a different number of responses to it. Same review. Coffee. Nice. He tagged all of his friends on it. Did this dude just fucking crush these back to back and make 2 reviews?
And he just kept checking into the same thing?
Yeah. I don't know. You're a fucking animal.
Hey, that rivals the guy that was checking in. Did I mute myself and unmute myself really quick? I'm an idiot with technology.
I think so.
That rivals the guy who drank a shitload of Spotted Cow and checked in all of them and gave all of them 5 stars.
Yeah. Hey, episode 11. Go back and listen to it.
Yeah. Is that really it? Or you just knew that off the top of your head? Or you just fucking just named a random episode because they should just listen to all of them?
Well, listen to all of them until you run into that and then keep listening.
Yes. Okay, I actually do have a surprise check-in for a different beer because sitting here, I was thinking you were talking about a stout and I was going to make a Samwise the Stout-Hearted joke. I was like, man, we should make a stout called Samwise the Stout-Hearted. And then I fucking remembered. Protagonist in Charlotte made an oatmeal stout called Samwise, and now I fucking know exactly why. Oh my god, the flavor, the secret flavor on that is fucking wild. Fucking cheers, Jeremy, you killed it. Jeremy's the brewer over there.
Hey, Jeremy is a huge nerd. Who would have thought?
Oh yeah, weird. It's like brewers are fucking nerdy or something. Anyway, I went on there Untapped, found some quick reviews. I have had this before. It's very good. Protagonist makes good beer.
Yeah.
Just 2 quick ones. We got Scubetta's S, checked in at Scubetta's Hop House, which I assuming is just their house. Sorry, wow, this review's getting more in depth. It says, no numerical rating, so I'm sure they're a beer influencer because that's what they do in Charlotte. Beer influencers do not give ratings. Because...
Is beer influencer a thing?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely a thing. Especially in Charlotte, just because there's so many fucking breweries here. Anyway... They don't give numerical ratings because people get so fucking mad that they just won't give numerical ratings. They just give description ratings. So, they say quite good for the style in my opinion. Smooth, roasty, nutty, goes well with turning compost. And I don't know if that's a compliment. One of the people that toasted, their Untapped name is Biggest Dickus, and
Because Dickus.
Shout out to Monty Python.
Yeah.
And then the other Untapped rating for Samwise is from RJS, Untapped at Home. Very smooth, great roasted maltiness, a mild oaty nuttiness, delicious. Pairs great with potatoes and a viewing of the Two Towers Extended Edition.
Hey, nice.
Yay! 4.25 stars. Also, watching extended editions, that's just how you should watch them. You should play yourself by saying, I'm going to marathon all of the extended editions in a row, and then fall asleep halfway through Fellowship.
Oh, it sounds like you've done that before or something.
A lot. That's a reason I was so straight-laced in high school is because we were too busy trying to do that all the time. I was too busy playing Magic and trying to marathon Lord of the Rings extended editions and playing Halo 3 Forge to do anything else. Yeah. Cool. Oh, wait. Sideboard. I got my sideboard.
Yeah, I was going to say, hey, Xavier, what do you got for your sideboard?
Me? Oh, wow. I'm going to talk about fucking Tremors, the movie series. The brilliant, slept on series of fucking films. There's like 6 of these bastards. Tremors. If you haven't seen Tremors, it's about big old fucking sandworms that don't like when you walk around. They feel vibrations with their little bodies. Ooh, that feels so good. And then they pop up. And they open up their weird little beak mouths, and then surprise, there's more worms inside their worm mouths.
Whoa.
Yeah, the first one stars Kevin Bacon and also Reba McEntire and also the girl from Jurassic Park, the first movie. Also, the dad from that fucking show that had Michael J. Fox in it when he was a kid and how he got his start is a gun-toting maniac, and then he's in all the other Tremors movies. Like, there's like one other dude that sticks around for a couple, and then Bert, the guy that plays Bert, is just in all these Tremor movies. He's like, yeah, dog, this is what I'm doing with my life now. Tremors is fucking awesome. And you're like, okay, it's got to be the same thing over and over again, right? And it kind of is, but every movie, they add, like, another thing. So it's like, the second Tremors, they add shriekers because it's like, oh, when the worms are alive long enough, suddenly they can run around above ground too. And then the third one's like, okay, well, what happens when the shriekers are alive too long? Oh, they fucking fly now. Oh my god. And then Netflix picked that shit up. And so, okay, so you can go on Netflix and watch all the Tremors movies, or you can go on Tubi and watch all the Tremors movies. But if you are watching Tremors and you fall asleep while watching it on Tubi, they just know you want to watch the rest of them, so they just play that shit in a row.
Yeah.
And that is my preferred viewing method, is to fall asleep and then wake up to a different Tremors movie and then watch that and fall asleep and wake up to a different one, because there's so many of them. Sorry, I've been thinking about it all fucking day. I'm in such a Tremors mood right now. It's wild.
Ah, dude, I used to watch Tremors when it came on fucking, like, what was that, ABC?
Yeah, ABC, or it's like, yeah, what is that? No, it's the one that had fucking, Breaking Bad on it.
Oh, I don't know.
What's that show? Whatever. That channel, I mean. You know that channel. AMC. It would come on, like, AMC, or Tremors was a big sci-fi one. It would come on sci-fi all the fucking time. They'd play like Starship Troopers and Tremors and like the Leprechaun movies and like the Chucky movies. Sci-fi always played like the little shit-ass horror movies. Yeah. Tremors is a childhood horror favorite because I used to be really, really scared of horror movies, but I was always fascinated by them. It's just like my mom has a dog who, when he was a puppy, loved sitting by their wood stove. But he would go up and stick his nose on it, and it would sizzle, and then he would whimper and walk away, and then he'd come back and do it over and over again. That was me with horror movies. And then I realized I don't have to touch the wood stove. I can just lay under it and become one with the wood stove, and that's where I am with horror.
Ah, that's a good...
Is it? Is it a good analogy? I don't know what it is.
Yes. I'm going to go with yes.
I brought you along with the story, so
thank you.
We all know what it is. It's a good analogy to me because it makes sense to me because that's what I've seen in my personal life.
Well, you know what? That's all that matters.
That is all that matters. Let's go to the end step.
Let's go to the end step. All right. So if you want to, you can find us on any social media. Instagram, we're Magic on Tap, Untapped. YouTube, Twitter. If you search for Magic on Tap or Magic on Tap MTG, you'll find us.
Thanks for listening, and he brews trouble.